in Canada that has a liberal as premier is Newfoundland. Anthony Fury used to be on television on in the morning, I believe, or no, that was O'Regan. Never mind. Anthony Fury, some other dude. But I think he's the only liberal, and he is against Justin the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau's carbon tax hike. And I mean, that's one thing. I mean, Newfoundland. Not a lot of people care about Newfoundland. I'm not saying that they're great. I mean, I'm sure they're great people. It's the only Atlantic province I've never been to. But it's just face fact. Most of the people in Ottawa don't give a damn about Newfoundland, and it's probably not a good thing because Newfoundland they do a lot of things when it comes to like fisheries and stuff like that. But something that will probably hurt Justin Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau is the fact that the Liberal leader of Ontario, the new one, Bonnie Crombie, she's against the carbon tax hike. She's come out against it. She's come out against it. I mean, the NDP leader in Alberta, in Saskatchewan, the NDP premier of Manitoba, the premier of Nova Scotia, who's a red Tory. I believe all the premiers, they've all come out against the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau's carbon tax hike. I mean, this is becoming a bipartisan thing. Liberal, conservative, New Democrats, at least provincially. The New Democrats federally, they're run by Jagmeet, the airheaded Trudeau whipped Singh. I mean, he's going nowhere. He's going nowhere. He's the only purpose for the federal New Democrats. It's not Tommy Douglas. It's not Jack Layton. It's not Ed Broadbent. They are nothing more than a step stool for Justin Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau. That's all they're there for, and they've proven it by voting to keep Trudeau in power, despite him about to make it more expensive for Canadians to live. But Bonnie Crombie, a Liberal in Ontario, a province that the Tarface Mac Daddy needs, the Liberal leader in Ontario says, hey, this thing is nonsense that Trudeau is doing. Now, and I'm an Ontario boy, and I'm a Toronto boy, Oshawa boy, really, if you want to be specific. But, I'm a GTA dude. Ontario, probably too. I always said that if Bonnie Crombie apologized for what she did to Mississauga during the lockdowns, going with the crowd and locking down the place, and rebuked Trudeau, I would actually endorse her to win the next premier, because I do believe when it comes to Doug Ford and Bonnie Crombie, at this point, Bonnie Crombie is going to be it would be a better premier than Doug Ford. There's no way I'll ever vote for Doug Ford's Progressive Conservatives again, with him as the leader. But that doesn't mean I'm going to endorse Bonnie Crombie. I'll probably go for the New Blue or the Ontario Party or whatever. But I would vote for Bonnie Crombie's Liberals if she rebuked the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau, which she has done, and she also apologized and for locking down Mississauga and having the vaccine mandates and the mask mandates, which were all unnecessary for a virus that killed less than 1% of people who got it, and which has now put us in a very bad economic state. So she hasn't done that yet. So she's still not going to get my endorsement. I still, however, say that, if I had a gun to my head and I were to force to choose between Doug Ford and Bonnie Crombie, I'd choose Bonnie Crombie. And the fact that Bonnie Crombie has rebuked the Tarface Mac Daddy, at least on one policy, the carbon tax, which is a very destructive policy, or at least part of the carbon tax, is a very big deal to me. And I think it's a very bad thing for the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau. I mean, there's a long time between now and when the election is supposed to be, and I believe it's going to be in 2025, even though they have a minority. Jagmeet Singh is going to keep the Liberals, his masters, in power until he can't do it anymore. Jagmeet Singh is an airhead. He's not smart. He's not bright. He's not clever. He's ditzy. And he is Trudeau whipped. So don't rely on the NDP to cooperate in any type of way to bring down the Liberals. It's not going to happen. And the NDP is going to be punished too. And working class and poor people should never vote for Jagmeet Singh's NDP ever. Don't vote for the NDP with Jagmeet Singh in there, because the NDP used to be a party of poor people and working class. Under Jagmeet Singh, it's a party of the woke And it's a party for Justice the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau whenever they're in trouble. Jagmeet Singh is all talk and no action. He's going to make a big thing when, he's all talk. He'll talk big against the Mac Daddy, but when it's time to do the work, he will crawl on his hands and knees and lick the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau's globalist bumhole. Lick it clean, cleaner than any bounty or any toilet paper could ever do. Justin Trudeau doesn't use toilet paper. He uses Jagmeet, the airheaded Trudeau whipped Singh's tongue. So, but Bonnie Crombie has completely rebuked the Tarface Mac Daddy Trudeau's carbon tax hike, and that's a pretty big deal. And I say good on you,